A tram train is a light rail public transport system where trams run through from an urban tramway network to mainline railway lines which are shared with conventional trains. This combines the tram's flexibility and accessibility with a train's greater speed, and bridges the distance between the main railway stations and a city centre. There is also a train-tram, which is a train modified to also run on tramlines. Generally, the tram-train and train-tram are interchangeable, although a train-tram is based on a train design modified to also run as a tram, and a tram-train is based on a tram design modified to also run on a train line. The tram-train concept was pioneered with the Karlsruhe model in Germany, and has since been adopted on projects such as the Rhein-Guer-Lane in the Netherlands, at Mulhouse in France, and in Kassel and Saarbrücken in Germany. Technology. The tram-train often is a type of interurban, i.e., they link separate towns or cities, according to George W. Hilton and John F. Dew's definition. Most tram trains are standard gauge, which facilitates sharing track with mainline trains. Exceptions include Alicante Tram and Nordhausen, which are meter gauge. Tram train vehicles are dual-equipped to suit the needs of both tram and train operating modes, with support for multiple electrification voltages if required, and safety equipment such as train stops and other railway signaling equipment. The Karlsruhe and Saarbrücken systems used PZB, or inducing automatic train protection, so that if the driver passes a signal at stop, the emergency brakes are applied. History. The idea is not new. In the early 20th century, interurban streetcar lines often operated on the same tracks as steam trains, until crash standards prevented track sharing. In 1924, in Hobart, Tasmania, sharing of tracks between tram and train was proposed. The difference between modern tram trains and the older interurbans and radial railways is that tram trains are built to meet mainline railway standards, rather than ignoring them. An exception is the USA's River Line in New Jersey, which runs along freight tracks with time separation. Passenger trains run by day and freight by night. Existing systems. Europe. Alicante Tram, Alicante, Spain. Badner Bahn, Vienna, Austria. Cagliari, Italy. Chemnitz, Germany 750 volts DC. Kassel, Germany 600 volts DC, 15 kV AC in 600 volts DC on-board diesel engine. Nordhausen, Germany 600 volts DC on-board diesel engine. Nantes, France, light train rolling stock and not operating in urban section. Paris, France, light train rolling stock and not operating in urban section. Mulhouse Tramway, Mulhouse, France. Randstad Rail, The Hague, Rotterdam and Zoetermeer, Netherlands. Saarbrücken, Germany. Sassari, Italy. Stadtbahn Karlsruhe, Karlsruhe, Germany 750 volts DC, 15 kV AC. Zwickau, Germany, on-board diesel engine. North America. Capital Metrorail in Austin, Texas, USA. Commuter rail that shares more commonality with tram-train operation, with downtown street running and usage of mainline track. Uses diesel multiple units. River Line, diesel multiple units using mainline tracks between Trenton, New Jersey and Camden, New Jersey in a time-sharing agreement with the freight companies. The O-Train Trillium Line in Ottawa, Canada, which uses European-style mainline trains, and the Newark City subway extension in Belleville and Bloomfield, New Jersey do not qualify it as a tram train per se, whose chief characteristic is shared use of mainline tracks at all times. UTA Tracks uses former Denver and Rio Grande tracks as well as street trackage to service Salt Lake City. Between the hours of midnight and 6 a.m., Union Pacific freight trains use much of the trackage, up to just past 2,500 to service a number of industries along the line. Proposed systems: Africa Acute Union Tram-train, Acute Union, France. The October 6 tram system, Cairo, Egypt. Asia-Nazareth, Israel. Europe Hasletbane, Denmark. Braunschweig, Germany. Bratislava, Slovakia. Erlangen, Germany. An extension of Straßenbahn-Nuremberg, not initially planned to use mainline rail tracks but proposed to do so in the future. The planned line to Herzogenaurach replicates a former mainline rail line. Grenoble, France. Groningen, Netherlands. Ile-de-France, France. The system is called Tram Express by the Transport Authority SDIF. 3 lines are scheduled. The light train rolling stock will only roll on National Rail network in Northern Line. In the Western Line, a short section of 3.6 km is an urban tram section of the 19 km line. The Southern Line is a 20 km line. 10 km will be tram section and the 10 km another will roll on National Rail network. Kiel, Germany. Košice, Slovakia. Lyon, Spain. Liberec, Jablonec nad Nisou, Czech Republic. Linkoping, Sweden. Lyon, France. Manresa, Catalonia, Spain. Metro Mondegard, Coimbra, Portugal. Midland Metro extensions in the West Midlands conurbation, England. Porto Metro Lines B and C, Porto, Portugal. Rijn-Guerlain, Netherlands. Metro de Sevilla. Seville has 1 metro line and 1 tram line that are not connected, but the long-term intention is to link the metro and tram systems. Strasbourg, France. Szeged, Hungary. Tramcamp, Camp de Tarragona, Catalonia, Spain. Wrocław, Poland. 600 volts DC, 3 kV DC. Riga, Latvia. Tampere, Finland. Turku, Finland. United Kingdom. A 2-year tram-train pilot project is to be undertaken between Sheffield and Rotherham for service from 2015. If the trial proves successful, similar schemes could be rolled out across the UK. In March 2008, the UK Department for Transport released details of a plan to trial diesel tram trains on the Penistone line for 2 years starting in 2010. There was no commitment to connect them to the Sheffield tram network, and in September 2009 the idea was withdrawn as it was deemed not economically viable for a trial due to the cost of the extra development required for the diesel engines to meet the forthcoming stringent EU emission regulations. Instead, single-voltage electric tram trains will be trialled between Rotherham and Sheffield. A tram train trial in the Manchester area was ruled out as the Department for Transport wanted to try low-floor tram trains, whereas Manchester Metrolink cars have high floors. In August 2009, the Liverpool Daily Post reported that a new Merseyrail tram train linked to Liverpool John Lennon Airport was under consideration. The Merseyrail Northern Line and the City Line between Liverpool Lime Street and Liverpool South Parkway were being assessed. From South Parkway, the tram trains would transfer seamlessly to a new tramway. A link from Edge Hill in the east of the city to the arena at King's Dock near the city centre was also being considered. Oceania, Adelaide, South Australia. On June 5, 2008, the Government of South Australia announced plans for train-tram operation on the Adelaide Metro's Outer Harbour, Grange train lines and City West Glenelg tramline extension as part of a 10-year $2 billion public transport upgrade. Manufacturers. Models of tram designed for tram-train operation include Alstom's Regia Citadis and Citadis Dualis, derived from the Citadis, Bombardier's Flexity Link and Flexity Swift, Bombardier Adtrans A32, Siemens Avanto, Voslo City Link Net.